You've clicked on this video today because you can sense something very uncomfortable. You know deep down that something is wrong in the relationship between you and your lady. And you probably have one of two mindsets right now. The first one is, I'm going to do all I can to make this relationship work. Literally, physically do everything you can. Emotionally, give her everything. Constant calls, constant texts, sending her flowers, sending her gifts, turning up at her workplace. Or the second mindset is, I am literally at the end of my tether and I'm willing to just end things if I don't get just a smidgen bit of romanticism, if that's a word, from my lady. And you probably feel pretty helpless, which is why you've come to me today, because you feel like you can't fix this on your own and you just don't know what you need to do. But what if I told you that by giving her distance, which is I know you don't want to do, you can actually rebuild that attraction and it will bring you guys back together much stronger than you were before this distance situation happened? Well, stay tuned because my name's Anna and today's video is just for you. There's some phrases that she's probably already said to you. They could be, I need some space to think, I need to take a break, or I don't really know how I feel right now, and I don't know what I need to do or what I need to say. I'm so confused. Or, I really love you and I really want this to work, but right now I am so confused and I don't know if I want to have a serious relationship anymore. Or the very easy to understand, let's break up. Maybe she hasn't actually said anything along those lines, but you feel that she is giving you that cold and distant behavior, which is just the same. So she's not wanting to be as romantic with you. She could be refusing your hugs, she's literally dodging kisses, she's not wanting to cuddle you, and she will physically move away from you if you do try to engage in some form of gentle touching. And she could be constantly on her phone when she's next to you, texting other people. She's ridiculously active on social media in a way to mentally block you out. She could be hanging out with her friends or seeing her family as much as she can and literally filling up all of her free time in the hope that she doesn't actually have to physically see you. Now let's actually get deep into the psychology of why you need to give her distance, because this is the reason why you are here for today's video. Women are very powerful and emotional creatures, and unfortunately, when we become so overwhelmed with emotions, we cannot handle it. Just the same for you guys. We become so hurt, and that hurt is so strong that we turn off any emotions or any thought to do with the thing that's causing our hurt. So if you are on the receiving end of this, we essentially door slam you and it will leave you feeling WTF. Now, giving her distance allows her to put herself through the thinking process. This is what she needs. She needs to think, and it allows her to discover the feelings of attraction for you, and it actually gives her space to miss you, which is what you want. Just because we have cut you off and we are not talking to you, it doesn't mean that our hearts are still not open and they are still not aching for you. We will literally think about you all the time during this distance situation. A woman can switch off her emotions and she will just focus some more emotions elsewhere, but they still come creeping back in. So in these moments when you feel like the distance won't actually work, when you disappear, you get on with your own life, you give her that space that she wanted, and it gives her the chance to think without being bombarded by you, and it gets her to miss you and to worry that you have given up on her. So the dangerous thing is this: the more that you pursue her, the more chance you are to losing her. And I know that's the complete opposite of what you want to do. You want to just go all guns in blazing and do everything you can to get your lady back. But essentially, you cannot do this. You need to just do this amazing thing called no contact. which is, well, pretty self-explanatory. You cut off all forms of communication. You avoid texting. You don't call her on the telephone. And if you can, you avoid seeing her as much as you can in person. So if you guys work together, find a way to not go the same route together, or maybe get to the office a little bit earlier or late so that you don't have to walk side by side. Now, the reason for this is to create that distance. Let her feel that she's missing out on you. And in the meantime, most importantly, you have to focus on yourself. Right now, do things that make you feel good, because there could be a chance that when she does return, she'll be impressed by what you've done, or if she doesn't return, you've already started to get your life back on track. So whatever the outcome, you need to just be being the best version of yourself. And plus, when she does come back, it's a great feeling to know that you didn't sit around moping for 2 weeks. You just got on with your life, because that's how important everything else is. She is not the only important thing in your life. And here's a little secret, because when she does return, which more than likely she possibly will, providing you don't keep pursuing her, you get to turn around and you say, look, in these 2 weeks, I did this, I joined the gym, I went and did that thing that you've been telling me to do for ages, I rebuilt the engine in the car. Whatever it is, women will love to hear that, because it's you focusing on masculine energy. You went through a stressful situation, but you were still able to continue with your life. Now, women love this, and a great analogy would be, many years ago, if there was a saber-toothed tiger that ran into your cave, you would expect for the guy to feel some fear, but he would still fight the saber-toothed tiger anyway. And yep, that is exactly what we yearn for. Let's address the elephant in the room. You've probably already called her several times, sent her lots of messages, possibly even a handwritten note, and snuck around into her workplace and left something on her desk. And you're probably thinking, did I ruin it? If this has happened, don't worry, you can just start no contact literally right now. During the video. Remember, you've created a little bit too much friction and you tried to pursue her and bombarded her, which is going to irritate her, but you still have a chance providing you just leave her to be right now. It builds mystery. This is the reason why going no contact works. You are giving the distance that she wants and rebuilding the masculine and the feminine energy bond that every couple has, regardless of gender. So by giving her distance and avoiding her, you start to rebuild your masculine energy. She rebuilds her female energy, gets her emotions in check, which makes you two the best attraction dynamic, which is why you guys will come back stronger than ever. Women love masculine energy, so when we aren't too sure how you feel about us, or we know that you like us, but you are prepared to walk away if you don't get what you want, we crave this. So when you constantly call us and you text and you tell us how much you miss us and you hate this distance, well, we know exactly what you want. And as crazy as this sounds, we lose attraction for you. So you need to do the complete opposite of what you want to do in this moment. Stop calling her, stop messaging her, and you will rebuild that masculine energy, which in thus rebuilds the attraction, which will make her come back to you much quicker. Because again, she's not sure how you feel, she gets worried and she comes back. So the most important thing here is, what if she does come back? What should you do? If she reaches out, then fantastic. This whole distance thing has worked. You've given her distance, you've allowed her to think, and when she wants, she will return to you and she will tell you what she wants to do next, which obviously can go one of two ways. Yes, there is a chance that she could return and she might say to you, look, now we've had our distance, we've been separate, I've realized this is what I want, and I'm really sorry to do this with you, but I don't want to be in a relationship anymore. But the fact that you've already started to get on with your life, you've been very emotionally strong, you haven't bombarded her with lots of calls, you've given her the space, means you've grown as a human being. Well done, you've done something that has been emotionally mature. Or she comes back and she wants to make up because the distance worked. She would probably say, you know what, I needed that space and I'm so grateful that you actually gave it to me, because now I realize how I do feel, and by doing all of this thinking and trying to figure out how you feel makes me want to give us another try. I want to try harder and really make this work. But when she does return to you, you cannot be stubborn. I know it sucks. I know you're hurting and you want her to feel the hurt that she made you feel, but instead, you just have to be inviting. You have to just say, hey, how are you doing? It's been such a long time. Tell me, how do you feel? Let's talk about things. And you start to open up that conversation so that she feels safe to talk to you. Now, it's gonna be awkward having that talk when she does return, but it's going to be a lot less awkward if you can just be the bigger person and really introduce the relationship again. You can say something smart, such as, you know what, I'm actually grateful too that we had that break. I'm just grateful that you gave me this opportunity to really analyze how I am in a relationship, to figure out how you are in a relationship and those missing gaps. And it's allowed me to grow. So let's talk about us. So the answer here to this question, does distance work, is a big fat positive 100% yes with sprinkles and cherries on the top. However, the caveat is you have to give her distance and you cannot let yourself get overwhelmed and feel upset. You have to continue. Your life continues whether she's with you or not. So allow yourself to grow and bring out that positive version of you into the open and enjoy life even in her absence. The most important thing to remember here is that this distance that you don't want to do right now could actually be the thing that brings you guys together and makes the relationship much stronger than ever before. So have faith that this distance thing that you don't want to do is actually a worthwhile thing. And I wish you the very best. I am fresh out of tips, but if you do want some more, then don't worry. There are some videos here next to my head. Go click on these because I really think you will like them. All you have to do now is tell me how much you enjoyed the video, give me a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe, stay happy. Bye-bye.